Work-related stress can get the best of us all. I mean, talking about emails, Slack messages, phones ringing off the hook, your coworker dropping by for an impromptu meeting. I mean, it's enough to make anyone frazzled. Feeling some tension is actually normal, especially if you're facing, a looming deadline or challenging assignment. But when work stress becomes, chronic, it can end up affecting both your physical and emotional well-being. And you know what? Experiencing work strain is actually unavoidable, even if you love what you do. But there are steps you can take to keep job stress to a minimum, and that forms the basis of our discussion this very day. Hello and welcome to the Spotlight on Food and Health Communications, your number one go-to media source for credible and timely health information. Victor Waberry is my name. Just like I said earlier, today we want to look at tips that you can take to help you manage work-related stress. That's what I'll be sharing with you. What are ways you can actually go about, managing work stress, because you cannot do without it. Let's start off with the first one. Number one, you need to be aware of how it affects you. Now, this might sound, over simple, but it's easy to underestimate how much stress affects you. Take notes. If you find yourself emotionally exhausted and pessimistic by the end of the day, long-term exposure to unmanaged stress can take a toll on your body and mental health. And recent research suggests a potential link between work-related burnout and depression and anxiety. And, for you to be able to know, how it affects you, you need to know the signs of stress. So I'll just go ahead and tell you some of the signs of stress that you should be looking out for. Number one, low energy or fatigue. When you begin to experience this low energy in your workplace or a constant fatigue, that's a sign you should watch out for. Number two, headaches. Number three, insomnia. Number four, changes in appetite. Number five, digestive issues. Number six, rapid heart rate. Number seven, sweating. If you discover that you're experiencing some of those things, it might just be a sign of stress. We also have low self-esteem, and some persons go ahead to experience loss of sex drive. Yes, it actually goes to affect some person in this regard. And finally, I've got for you, you need to watch out for frequent illness. Now, number two, write down your stressors, because identifying and recording stressful situations can help you understand what's bothering you. Some of this can be subtle sources of tension, such as an uncomfortable workplace or a long commute. And you know what? You need to keep a journal for, a week to track your stress triggers and your reactions to them. Make sure to include the people, places, and events that gave you a physical, mental, or emotional response. Now, as you write, you need to ask yourself these questions. How did this make me feel? Did it make me feel afraid? Did it make me feel angry? Did it make me feel hurt? You need to ask yourself also, what was my reaction? Did I visit the vending machine afterward, or did I go for a walk? What was my reaction to those things? And you also need to ask yourself, what are some of the ways of resolving it? How can I find solutions to these stresses? These are real present questions you need to ask yourself. Number three, take time to recharge. Take time to recharge. I mean, taking even a few minutes of personal time during a busy day can help prevent burnout. Listening to, an interesting podcast in between meetings or watching a funny YouTube video can give you relaxing pauses throughout the day. It's also important to take breaks from thinking about your job by not checking work-related emails on your time off or disconnecting from them. So there are times where you just need to switch off, right? A few minutes of watching a funny video, a few minutes of just relaxing, a few minutes of listening to a good music can actually go a long way to recharging you. Number four, hone your time management skills. Sometimes feeling overwhelmed by work comes down to how organized you are. Try setting up a priority list at the beginning of your work, at the week, by preparing tasks and ranking them according to importance. So that at the end of the day, you don't just have cumbered, activities all around you. So, going ahead to prioritize your tasks can actually go a long way to helping you, because you can also beat procrastination by setting aside specific time blocks for deep concentration work. And research has really shown that when people get to procrastinate activities, it goes a long way to affecting the stress level in their workplace. So that's a place you should actually look out for as well. Number 5, balance your work and your personal life. Balance your work and personal life, because being available around the clock will easily burn you out. I mean, it's important to create clear boundaries between your work and home life to help you avoid potential stress, because part of this means setting aside time for socializing and establishing rules for when you check emails or take phone calls. So you need to balance your work life from your personal life. Some persons take their work life to their personal life, to their home lives. It's wrong. You need to understand that there are times where you just need to, black off from the whole work stuff. If you're home, be at home. If you're at work, be at work. Do not bring home to work, and do not bring work to your home. You need to balance it in order to, manage the stress that comes as a result of your job. Number 6, reevaluate negative thoughts. Reevaluate negative thoughts. When you've experienced worry and chronic stress for, an extended period of time, your mind may tend to jump to conclusions and read into every situation with a negative lens. For example, if your boss doesn't say hi to you first thing in the morning, you might, react. You might start thinking, is he mad at me? What have I done? And all of that. Instead of making automatic judgments, try distancing yourself from your negative thoughts and simply observe. And this is what happens to so many people at workplaces. You just pull up to work that morning and probably your boss is having a bad day and you greet him and he doesn't respond to you, or he gives you a harsh response. The next thing, you're already being negative. You're beginning to think, what have I done? Did I not do this? Did I not do this? And the more you carry that negative thoughts, it gets to affect your work for that day, and it gets to add to your stress level. So instead of going about that negative, those negative thoughts at that moment, if you cannot walk up to him to ask him questions, just sit down and relax and observe. It will go a long way to helping reduce your stress level at work that very day. Number 7, have a strong support system. And when I talk about a strong support system, I'm talking about, friends, family, people you can trust. On days where, work is hectic on you, they can attend to your family needs, they can attend to the needs of your children, they can attend to the needs of the people you're taking care of at home. Because sometimes when you get to carry the stress from work to your house and coping with, taking care of kids, providing cooking meals, doing certain chores at home, it becomes so cumbersome. But if you have a strong support system, friends you can call at any time and say, please check up on my kid. Friends you can call up at any time and say, please get me this and all of that. It will go a long way to helping manage the stress that comes as a result of your work or your job. And this is where we call it a wrap on today's episode of The Spotlight. I want to believe you've learned a thing or two as it regards work-related stress. Now, the next episode, which will be coming on Friday, will be a continuation of the stress work-related topic that we're talking about, because I've realized that it's something that is really affecting many professionals. So we will be having an extension, and probably we would have a guest on Friday to talk extensively on work-related stress. Till I come your way next time, Victor Wabari is my name. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have thoughts, contributions, or whatever it is, the comment section is all yours. And if you want more enriching health content, visit our website on www.foodandhealthcommunications.com. Till I come your way next time, I always say to you, always live a healthy life, because a healthy person is a happy person. Bye for now.